Coming up next on Trojan News, the Greenville Athletic Hall of Fame inducted second class.
And the football team looks to turn hard work into a win.
These stories and more coming up next on Trojan News.
And now, from Studio 100 at Greenville High School, this is Trojan News.
Hello, and welcome to Trojan News for Friday, October 7th. I'm DJ.
And I'm Javon.
The Greenville Athletic Hall of Fame honored its second class of inductees on Friday, August 26th. The 2022 class was honored on the field prior to the football game against Hubbard. The 2022 class includes Doug Weaver, Norman Walker, Gary Taylor, Colleen Taylor, Kenan Scott, Steve Riley, Dennis Fell, Glenn Larry Cooper, Laura Bullock, and Andy Blatt.
The PSAT will be administered here at GHS on Wednesday, October 12th from 7:45 to 11:30 a.m. in the lecture hall. The cost is $18 in cash or maybe check may be payable to GHS. Sign up to pay in the guidance office no later than October 11th.
The leaves are beginning to change color, and Starbucks has been selling pumpkin spice lattes for at least the last month. That can only mean one thing: fall is here. We asked students and teachers what their favorite part of the fall season is. Here are their answers.
The best thing I like about fall is decorating my house and drinking a pumpkin spice latte. Love them. And reading a good book.
I like Halloween and like carving pumpkins and everything's all orange and stuff. And you get to see people dressed up.
My favorite thing about fall is I love the weather and just like all the fall decorations. I think they're really pretty.
Probably like the smell, like the candles and stuff, and like how it's not too hot but it's not too cold.
Most of the JHS students have concluded that Halloween, the smell, and the colors of fall are their favorite things about fall. I'm Kellen Richard reporting for Trojan News.
There will be a representative here from Pitt on October 12th from juniors to seniors who are interested in learning more about the school. Stop in the guidance office to sign up if you are interested in attending.
Greenville High School held its annual open house on Monday, August 30th. Meet the Trojans night followed immediately after. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and members of the community packed stands as Mr. Chapman introduced the teams and athletes involved in fall sports. The Greenville Marching Band performed several songs and provided musical interludes between athletics. Music and theater, the majority of GHS students are involved in at least one fall activity.
Mr. Beckstein is a man of many talents, from beautiful artwork, set and float design, to coaching to basement restoration. It seems he can do it all. Gabriel Penniman caught up with him in this week's Spotlight.
What are your activities you do outside of school?
Outside of school, I run a business. I have a basement company, and we do basement waterproofing, interior and exterior of the homes, and so I'm kind of an entrepreneur along with teaching.
What makes you love teaching here at GHS?
Oh, I love the students, and I love my coworkers. This is just an awesome place to teach. You get support at all levels here, and it's just a great district. It's probably one of the best districts in the county as far as getting support.
What floats have you been helping with, and do you have any inside scoops on what is doing the most?
I kind of switch up with the floats every year. This year I'm doing helping out with the juniors. I'm not in charge of it, but I'm helping out with the junior float. I don't see us potentially winning this year, but I think that there's a good possibility that the senior class, Mrs. Jarosky, is very talented. She always seems to come up with some awesome floats. However, Mr. Henderson in the sophomore class has a very good chance because he always has some really funny, creative ideas with his float designs as well. And he's also, believe it or not, very talented as an artist.
There will be a youth group starting October 13th for any interested students in grades 7 through 12. The group will meet after school for 1 hour once a month. If you're interested, sign up with Mr. McLaughlin's room by the end of the day Friday. See Mr. McLaughlin or Ms. DeArmy with any questions.
Florida deals with the catastrophic aftermath of Hurricane Ian, and the 1990s rapper unexpectedly passes away. These stories and more in this week's World Watch.
Newly homeless Floridians are struggling to restart their lives while rescuers try to find any remaining signs of life among the wreckage of Hurricane Ian. More than 1,100 people have been rescued from inundated parts of southwest and central Florida since Ian crashed into the state last week. Governor Ron DeSantis' office said more than 800 were rescued in Lee County alone. Sheriff Carmen Marceno said Sunday. But as the search for survivors continues, rescuers are also finding more bodies. Officials say Ian killed at least 76 people in Florida and 4 more in North Carolina. The rapper most famous for Gangsta's Paradise, released in 1995, Coolio, passed away suddenly at the Los Angeles home of his friend and longtime manager, Jarrez Posey. Coolio died at age 59 on September 28, 2022. It's reasonable to wonder how Coolio died. Though his cause of death has not officially been released, it's believed that he died of a heart attack. Paramedics did CPR on Coolio for 45 minutes before he died. Biden and First Lady Jill Biden left the White House at 10:10 a.m. Monday, October 3, 2022 for Puerto Rico, where Biden will examine damage the island sustained during Hurricane Fiona and announce $60 million in federal funding for future storm preparation. Biden will then visit Florida to help with Hurricane Ian damages on Wednesday, October 5, 2022. Rihanna has confirmed she'll be headlining the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show. The singer, 34, announced the big news Sunday by sharing a photo of her tattooed arm collapsing a football. The post received nearly 700,000 likes in the first 20 minutes. The NFL also tweeted the big news with the same snap and the message, "Let's go, hashtag Super Bowl 52. The boys football team took the field for a rare Saturday night game last week.
Jalen Torres is standing by in the Sports Center with more. Jalen?
Thanks, guys. The Greenville Trojans fought hard on a rare Saturday night game against Grove City on October 1st. The back-and-forth game ended up with the results of the Trojans losing 33-27. The Trojans started the game by forcing Grove City to a quick 3-and-out. During the next series, Jace Herrick made a spectacular 20-yard catch while fighting through one of his arms being held. Bennett Haynes scored a pick six, intercepting a pass for a touchdown at the 6-yard line. The Trojans' next score came from a series of runs by Mason Dickens, who ended the night with 77 yards on 13 carries. With Greenville down 33-14 in the third quarter, Malachi Hyde capped off a 15-play drive with a 2-yard run. Noah Filson later intercepted a Grove City pass that put the Trojans at the 11-yard line. Dickens got his second touchdown of the night on a 7-yard sweep run. Ray Stefanowicz converted the extra point, leaving the Trojans down 33-27. With roughly 3 minutes to go, but that's as close as they would come despite a very strong team effort. The Trojans will match up against Iroquois Friday night at Snyder Stone Stadium for Greenville's homecoming game. Senior Braden Porter believes that the team has been playing well despite what their record indicates, that the effort is going to pay off.
To beat Iroquois, we got to eliminate mistakes and key penalties that are going to drive us back. Never get too high or too low. Make big plays and be consistent, not come out flat at beginning or halftime.
The volleyball team traveled to Hickory on Tuesday, October 4th, to take on a tough Hornet team in a non-conference matchup. The Trojans, who won the first set and then lost the next two, but battled hard in the fourth set and to force a fifth and final set. The teams battled back and forth, but the Trojans ultimately came up on top, winning the third set 15-12. Josie Hart led the team with 12 kills, while Taylor Weitzel had 5 blocks. Setter Nora Serrano had 32 assists. The Trojans currently sit in second place with a 3-1 conference record. That's the latest from the Sports Center. Let's send it back to DJ and Javon in the studio.
That's all for this week's episode of Trojan News.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest in school news and local weather, as well as short creative videos. For Trojan News, I'm DJ.
And I'm Javon.
Have a great day.